Hey, hi, it's Steve here. I've been asked by one of my students to have a look at this song called My Father's Father by the Civil Wars. It's quite a good tune, actually. It's not overly complicated to play in terms of its chords, but you got to get the rhythm down, and once you get the rhythm down, you'll be alright. Basically, the chord shapes are based on some very simple figures of sort of power chords that look like this kind of shape. You can see that very well. You've got your first finger up here that's on the E on the 5th string, or 7th fret of the 5th string if you're not familiar with notes on the fretboard. And then that's actually going to bounce on and off of that, but for the shape of the chord, these other two fingers are sitting on a B, and there's another E there as well. So there's a B, that's the ninth fret of the 4th string, and that's an E, which is the ninth fret of the 3rd string. So basically you've got this power chord shape that's built off of the A string. In this case it's the E up here, and then that sort of shape. And all the other chords that are played in this song are fundamentally the same shape. We'll get to the refrain in a minute. But basically all he's doing in this particular tune is he's hammering on from the A, or the open A string, into the E, and then playing an E. So he's starting with this chord that's kind of E chord, for lack of a better name. Alright, and he's hammering on and just doing a little bit of rotation bounce. So you can see what I'm doing there. It's just basically hammer onto the A and then pluck the E. Put it all together, you can actually play, because of the fact that it's an E, you can play this B string down here as well. You can play that 2nd string open if you like, or you don't need to. You can just play these 2 strings if you want to as well. Alright? And then he hits this B on the bass. Goes up to a C sharp. A, B, C, C sharp. Okay, and that's on the 6th string. So the form of the thing is pretty simple. Okay, now put it to, it's not a particularly fast song, but it's sort of. Now what you'll also find is that various parts throughout the song, he actually doesn't hammer, he just. So I think you basically need to take your own interpretation on that and how it feels. But if you miss the hammer on, don't panic. Just keep on going. So for that particular part, let's have a look and see what the right hand's doing here. So I'll just move across a little bit. And basically, what you got is you've got a very simple rhythm, and there's a bit of a tap going on there as well. So as I mentioned earlier, hammer onto the A string, to the E. Now I'm using all 3 fingers in this particular instance, and plucking all those 3 strings. But like I said earlier, actually you can even bring that E in there if you wanted to, but that's probably a little bit overkill on the high end. So it's just an alternating movement. Exaggerating that for this particular part. So when he climbs up the bass, little bit longer there than you don't. Just so you really get a feel for it. Alright? And then that's pretty much it. So that's the main part of the song. And then there's a little refrain in there. Basically, the refrain is not really complicated either. You're maintaining the same shape, all right? Except what you're going to do is you're going to move back one fret. All right. So now you're into from the E to the E flat or D sharp, depending on your mood during the day. And then he goes up into the B and the B flat. Now, you got some options here. Let's talk about that form first, just to make sure that we got it down. So it's that same form, first finger's on the B, and then these two fingers are coming in here on the 9th fret. All right. And then down one fret, B flat. So that refrain, he finishes up. That's where they do the and then up to that B. There you go, and down to the B flat. Now the thing about this is you can even get away, it's such a generic little tune, that you could even get away with coming down. Alright, there's that E flat. Back to that main E chord. Now you can keep those anchored here and do that bass. As long as you really bring that bass out. If you wanted to as well. So it wouldn't sound too bad at all. I mean, you know. You can get away with it if you want to. But basically, that's sounding here from the E to the refrain. Alright, so pretty straightforward. Work on that form, simple shape. Work that bass line. You know the song, right? Alright, and you're off. And then just work on that rhythm. Alright. Have fun, enjoy, and if you got any questions, drop me a line. Thanks. Bye.